Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'll lead you step by step through the ABRSM theory grades. I've loads of resources available to help you on my website. If you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. You can download those in US letter or A4 to accompany each step of this series. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials there, and you can access information about the books that I have available. I've written How to Take Your ABRSM Music Theory exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam, and also how to best make use of the time when you're actually in the exam room working through the actual exam paper. So if you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find it's all there for you. If you can give me a like, that'd be really great, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's lots more in store. And so now we're going to continue with this section on transposition. And so if you return to your document, your PDF document, to section D, there's a few little reminders of what we've been talking about there. You may also want to keep section C to hand as well, or by all means just write out your circle of fifths key signatures, because you'll need your key signatures handy also if you're not just quite conversant with those. And so if you turn with me to page 20, and we'll get going on exercise 9. So the principle remains the same as we've done before, however now we're transposing up and down a fifth. So now we need to adjust the key signature a fifth, and then we'll work through the accidentals just as we've done so before. The reason we do a fifth is because instruments like the cor anglais and the horn in F, they transpose a fifth, and so they sound a fifth lower. So if they play a C, they sound an F, and so if you want them to sound a C, they're going to have to play 5 notes high. They're going to have to play a G in order to sound at concert pitch. So we're going to have to just transpose these. However, you should perhaps be starting to get the hang of this now. So by all means, if you want to try this first one on your own and then re-access into the video, by all means do so. Or I'll work through this one with you and you can perhaps try the next one on your own. So here we have the original that they've given us in B, E, A, D, A flat major, and they've asked us to write them out in concert pitch. So we're going to write out how they actually sound. So that is a perfect fifth lower, and so down 5 from A flat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 takes us to D flat major, and so that will be our new key signature here. And then everything is down a fifth, 1, 3, 5, so it's 2 lines down or 2 spaces down. And then we have to explain the accidentals accordingly, whether we've raised or lowered by a semitone, bearing in mind how the key signature will affect that. And so here we can see that this is an E which has been raised by a natural, because it's an E flat raised by a natural, and here this is an A flat, so to raise that we also need a natural. So let's carry on like this. So let's just get our note. So that's a fifth lower. There's the C, which sounds a fifth lower at an F. Just work out these intervals in relationship to each other. And so now this will bring us to an A flat, which is here. This is an E flat which has been raised by a natural. This is an A flat, and so we'll raise that likewise by adding a natural sign. And that's it for the time being. Just drop them down a fifth. And then here we've got the same principle. It's an E flat raised by a natural, and so this is an A flat, and we also raise that by adding a natural. and then we can pop it back with a flat back to the key signature to get rid of that. However, in effect, the bar line would also do that as well, but as they've included it, so also shall we. And that's that one done. So you can see the principle remains the same. We're just changing the number of steps we're going up or down and deciding whether it's major or minor or perfect. So it's just like working through your interval exercises and then sort of extrapolating it in the extract. So then we'll move on to page 21, and so the principle remains the same. However, now if you want to have a little go at this yourself first, by all means do so. I think it's better to just have a little go and try. It doesn't matter if you go wrong. You'll learn by your mistakes. You'll understand where you've gone wrong, hopefully, and then you won't make that mistake again. That's the plan. So then, here we have an extract in B flat major. And so to go down a perfect fifth, B flat major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 takes us to E flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, E flat. So we're in E flat major now. And so let's just map this out. So we need B flats, E flats, A flats. And so to go down a fifth, we're going to need to start using some ledger lines here. So we're going down 2 lines, 2 spaces. That takes us to G. This takes us to C. D, tie that across. G, G, back to the D. Let's just tidy that up a bit. To the E. This is quite a pleasant one. There's no accidentals if you look. Nothing really extra to be added once we've done this. So we just need to make sure we keep the intervals correct. Next door, jump down, next door up a step, that takes us 1 through 5, yeah that's a G, just keep double checking, down in step, back up a third, that takes us to F, and there we go. And there's no accidentals for us to worry about, so it's just now adding all the bits and bobs to properly copy the music out. There we go. I think that can stay stems up. There we go, that's that. So we just need some slurs, and then that can go all the way to there. That'll do. There we go, marvellous. However, looking at the next one, that one kind of makes up for it with lots and lots of accidentals. So I would recommend that you just crack on and have a go at this one. Just go for it, and then we'll work through it together. So just press pause and then come back into the video when you've had a crack at it, and then we'll just check through it together. So I'm hoping you've had a little go of this. So let's see where we're going now with this transposition. So at the moment we've got 5 sharps, which means we're in B major. Doesn't matter whether we're major or minor, and it really isn't worth trying to figure it out with all these accidentals. The principle remains the same, so just presume we're in the major, and then the accidentals will tidy all of that up for us like magic. So down a fifth, if you just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, takes us to E major. So we need a key signature of 4 sharps. Just need to know your key signatures. It's always best to have those written out, even in an exam situation. Just write out your circle of fifths straight away, and then that's all the thinking done in one go, and you haven't got to keep scratching your head and worrying about your key signatures. You've already done that thinking. So we're going to need some ledger lines now to go down a fifth, because there's our 1, 3, 5. That takes us right down to the bottom F, or F sharp as the key signature tells us. Now up a step takes us to G. Now here, that was D sharp and it's been lowered by a natural. This was G sharp, so we can lower that by a natural also, so that works in. Next door. And then here, now we're going to have to think about this one, because this takes us to a B. Now this was an F sharp that was lowered by a natural. This is B natural, and so in order to lower that we need to add a flat. And then here, this is a C sharp that we need to lower, so we can add a natural sign. And then this would be an F sharp that we need to lower, so we can add a natural sign. Oh sorry, it's a D sharp, silly me. We're in a fifth. It's a D sharp that we can lower, and then back to the C. Now we've got a time signature change, quickly copy that over, and then down a step. Now here, this F sharp really doesn't do anything new, it's just showing us that the natural sign has been cancelled. We're back to the key signature. So the corresponding note was a B flat. The bar lines cancelled that. We're back to what the key signature already was. So really, to cancel that B flat, we just need a natural sign. It's a little bit redundant. It's not doing anything new. It's just reiterating that the bar line has cancelled that. And getting our brains working as well, of course. So this is a C that we need to raise, and it's going to put it back to the key signature. That's all that it's doing. It's showing us that the key signature is back in action, so we just need to put the sharp to show that's back in action. Again, it's doing nothing new. It's just showing us that that natural sign is gone. The same note tied, and then we've got the same principle here. This is a D sharp back to the key signature rather than the natural. It's just showing us that that bar line has cancelled it and making us think. In actual fact, that isn't doing anything new from the key signature. So that's just a little bit confusing there for us, making us think. And then we need to cancel that sharp. It's been lowered, so we can do a natural sign just the same. And then up in step, up in step. Now here, that's an A that we need to raise, and so we just add the sharp because the key signature doesn't affect that note, and then we finish on note B. Bit of a boggling brain worker there. Okay, so now that's the thinking done. There was a lot of thinking in that one, I think. Bad sentence there. And so we just need to get the nuts and bolts in place now. There we go. And make sure everything's in place, and just some articulation marks, lots of articulation marks. Tenuto marks, a bit of revision here going on. Accent, tenuto mark, crescendo. It's quite particular what he wants here. There we go. And that will do. There we go then. I hope that you're finding this helpful. I hope that you're beginning to feel more confident with this. There's still quite a little bit more to go, so you've still got another shot at this transposition. And I do hope that you've enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. If you can give me a like, that would be fab, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. Please do visit sharonbill.com and browse through all the information available to you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.